Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's reading, we're going to be making some predictions for your spring 2020, and more specifically, I want to see what blessings are coming to you guys this spring. What wishes of yours are coming true, what areas of your life are improving, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm doing 6 readings for you guys today, and for this video, you can totally pick more than one. If you feel drawn to more than one crystal, please go ahead and watch as many as you like. So for your crystals, for number 1, we have magnesite. Number 2 is rutile quartz. Number 3 is blue calcite. Number 4 is peach aventurine. Number 5 is smoky quartz. And number 6 is carnelian. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you chose the magnesite, this is going to be your reading. So first of all, for this reading, you guys who chose number 1, I feel like a lot of you are in the process or will start to this coming spring. You'll be reinventing yourself and starting to live more authentically to who you really are. So that means perhaps you have been or you will be looking at, how you behave every day, what you tell yourself every day, like how you talk to yourself, what you believe about yourself, and how that has shaped your life, and sort of starting to weed out the things that don't work for you anymore, that aren't really in alignment with your highest self, and then you'll start to live in a way that's more true to you. So that's really awesome. So if that's something that you're already doing, keep it up, and if not, that's going to be something that you'll be feeling like doing in the spring, or certain events in your life are going to trigger you to do that. Okay, so this is your first card for spring 2020, number 1, and we have the Lovers. Ooh. Okay, so with this card, what I'm feeling for you guys is that this spring, your wish that's coming true is that you're going to be chosen. You're going to be seen, you're going to be recognized, and you're going to be chosen. And I'm kind of seeing this as like two different ways that could be for you guys. For some of you, that's going to be regarding a romantic relationship. Maybe that's the most likely because this is the Lovers card, but this would mean that the person who you like, the person you've had your eye on, is going to look your way. They're going to notice you. They're going to reciprocate those feelings, and they're going to choose you to be in a relationship. And the other way it could be is that you're going to be accepted to something that you really want. So maybe you've applied to a job, or applied to go to school, or auditioned for something, entered something, and this card is saying that you are going to be accepted. You're going to be selected for that thing. And actually it could even be both of those for some of you guys. If you're extra lucky this spring, maybe you get the new relationship and the promotion and the job, but you're being chosen and you're being recognized, and it's gonna feel really nice. Like, look how happy this little kitty is. This deck is so cute. I just got it the other day, and it only has the major arcana, but they're all cats, and it's just like, it's the sweetest deck ever. Another thing, the Lovers is Gemini energy, and it's also the number 6 card. So because this is a reading for the springtime, this card could be indicating that this good news is coming in Gemini season. So May, June, and also 6, like the month of June. So perhaps that's the timing for your wish coming true. And we also have different directions and waiting time. So these cards are telling me that you've been waiting quite a while for this thing or this person. And I think you'll know what I'm talking about because it seems like something you have been waiting for quite some time. And it's worth the wait. You can see these people look pretty frustrated, and there's so many cats today. There's a black cat and a white cat. And so I like to read these cats on the card as like, you know, dark or negative energy, and then like bright positive energy. So there's this black cat sitting on the table. That's all they can see from where they're sitting, and they look really frustrated. But this little white cat is hiding, and he's about to surprise them. So I feel like you've been waiting for quite a long time, and this is gonna come sort of unexpected and surprise you. With this different directions card, so because this thing has taken quite a while, I feel like you guys may be tempted to, or perhaps you already have, opt for other things that are not really what you want, but they're available now. So you go for it because like you're tired of waiting. So like in the context of a relationship, it could be like, well, I really like Jimin, but he's not answering my text, and so I'm just gonna go date this guy instead. And then it's not really what you want, and that person is even saying like, look, you're going the wrong way, isn't what you want is over there, and you're like, no. And you're like frustrated because it's just been so long. Or even like if this is like a job, you're like, well, you know what, like the job I have now is pretty good, and it's kind of like you don't want to wait for this dream to come true, or it's just been too long. But this is confirming to you it is worth the wait, and also that the wait is almost over, because this is a reading for springtime, which is like in a few weeks, or maybe it's already happening when you're watching this. So the wait is almost over. Don't be tempted to go in the wrong direction. Okay, we have the Moon, Two of Swords, and Four of Swords. Okay, so this makes sense. The Moon is about your unconscious mind, and the Two of Swords is about like being of two minds. So I feel like for those of you guys who have been going in other directions, or have been tempted to go in other directions, it's kind of been sending mixed messages to the universe. As you may know, the universe responds to what we're thinking about so that it knows what to manifest for us. And if you're in your heart, you're really wanting this specific person or this job or whatever it may be, but in your actions you're showing something different, the universe is going to be like, okay, well, what I'm supposed to do then? Because whether that's your intention or not, if you go in this other direction and you're involving yourself with other people, what that tells your unconscious mind is that I don't have this person isn't coming, this wish isn't coming true. And of course, I think that's not your intention, right? You're trying to just like let go and forget about it. But like if I want to date Jimin, but I'm dating V because he's available right now, I'm gonna be like telling my subconscious mind over and over again, I'm not with the person I want to be. I'm not with the person I want to be. And so it's hard because you don't want to wait, but I also think that, you know, having to wait a long time is also having to do with a subconscious belief. I think it all kind of boils down to maybe a belief that you can't really have this thing, and so you have been creating these long waiting periods, and you've been creating these other opportunities for yourself that are not what you want, and just going for them because they're available, because that's what you believed you could get. Does that make sense? So what this Four of Swords is asking you to do is to kind of step back. Like I was kind of saying in the beginning, you know, about reinventing yourself, reinventing how you talk to yourself and what you believe. Maybe just take a step back from what you're doing right now. Take a moment for yourself and just like quiet your mind, because I feel like for a long time you guys have been kind of telling yourself a story that is contrary to what you really desire, and that needs to be shut off. Like, we need to shut down for a little bit. We need to go into hermit mode, and we need to recalibrate our stuff before we go out and interact with the world again. Because you need to go out and start making choices that tell the universe, I believe in this. I believe I can have this. You kind of have to put all your eggs in that basket, so to speak. So even if this is referring to a job, you know, like, and you're staying with your current job, and you keep telling your mind, I don't have the job I want, I don't have the job I want. And so you're not making decisions that show you believe in it. Like, even it could be a matter of leaving your current job, or even just sending out the application. Or if you're wanting to go from your company job to being self-employed, but you're not really putting in the steps. It's mixed messages, right? So you have to start making choices that show that you're ready, basically. That was a very long-winded way of saying that, but I hope that you get what I mean. Because that thing wants you, it wants to choose you, but you gotta change this into one sword, you know, the ace of swords, the mental clarity, the prevailing. Yes. Okay, we're gonna move on. Okay, so for your last cards, we have Happy. We have the Tree, I think, and Treasure Island. Yay! Okay, yeah, so this thing is coming for you in the springtime. You gotta get ready. So what I see this, I kind of wanted to use this card as like the bridge between these two things. So this is talking about obviously your happiness. Start being happy in the moment. Start making changes that make you happy in the moment, and start being hopeful for that future. Don't tell yourself like, oh, it's taking a really long time and da da da. Just feel yourself in that future, experiencing that happiness, and bring that happiness into the now, and let that happiness dictate your actions and your decisions, and that happiness will start to take root like a tree in your heart, and it will start to grow branches and leaves, and then before you know it, this thing is going to be in your life. You have to live in this happiness now so that it can come into your life. And don't settle for other stuff, because it's the wrong direction. It's the wrong direction. This thing that you really want is the right direction. It's where you're supposed to go. You want it because you're supposed to have it. And then finally we have the Treasure Island card, and I feel like this as a final card is really fitting for you guys, because it's about blessings that are really, really slow, or at least that's how I read it, because he's a turtle. But look, he's coming. He's been carrying this treasure chest on his back. The box is just probably heavy, and he's probably really old, and he's doing his best, okay? You just need to be a little bit more patient, have a little bit more faith, and really let your manifestation start to take its roots in the ground that is physical reality, and let it grow like a tree. And even trees take their sweet time to grow, but they're sturdy and they bring joy, probably. So anyway, guys, to sum everything up, you're manifesting the thing that you really, really want this spring. And I know that you've probably been waiting for it, and that's been discouraging, but it's time to stop thinking like that. It's time to stop telling yourself that story. And it's time to stop going for other options that aren't really what you want. Because that sends a message to the universe that you don't believe in this thing, that it's taking a really long time, and like it's not coming. So take a moment to yourself, like give yourself some time to rewrite the story in your head and start feeling that happiness right now. And then the seed will be planted and your blessing will come. Yay! You guys have a lot of manifesting power this spring, and I would say like to take it easy for the next few months. Like if you can help it. I know like some people are very busy and there's nothing they can do about it, but try not to spread yourself too thin, or try not to exert yourself too much, and save your creative energy. Also, like, I would advise against like spending time around people that you don't like fully trust, or people that could be like sucking your energy from you. I'm really feeling for you guys to like preserve your energy, because you're using it to create something really big and beautiful and wonderful. Okay, so yeah, okay, I'm gonna end this reading here. If you're interested in a personal reading, oh shit, they're fully booked for March, but if you're watching this more towards the end of March, then the April availability will be posted. There's a link in the description for that. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye! Hi number twos, so if you chose the root towel quartz, this is going to be your reading. These flames are going crazy right now. Okay, they calmed down a little bit. Perhaps you guys are going through some very intense changes this spring, because they were not doing that in for number one's reading. Okay, you guys, I have a message for you guys to be more present in your life. I think a lot of you guys are tired, and I feel this on a physical level, on an emotional level, on a mental level. You may not even be like doing much in your life right now, but finding that like even just like exerting yourself a little bit makes you quite tired. And almost kind of like you've been on autopilot for a while, maybe kind of just doing the same stuff every day, and things don't really seem to be progressing. I do think that should clear up in the spring, because, you know, it's a time of revival and refreshment. So hopefully you feel a little bit more upbeat and alert with this coming spring, unless you have allergies, in which case I'm sorry. But anyway, the message for you guys is to be more present. Yes. Okay. So for spring 2020, your first card is the Hanged Man. Okay, so the positive change for you guys this spring, yeah, I think you're gonna get out of this funk. Perhaps you've been in this situation for a while where, like I said, things aren't progressing, things aren't changing. This is actually a nice card for it. But specifically, this card is like, you're in a situation that you don't like, and you feel like there's nothing you can do about it, like you're trapped. And it's like, if you do try to get out of it, like you struggle to get out, or you try to change something, it seems to just make things worse. This card is kind of like a feeling of like, I can't win, you know? And maybe you've become a little bit like complacent in that. I don't know if that's the right word. But like, you know, if you're unhappy with your job or your relationships, or like your dreams and goals aren't really getting off the ground, maybe you've just kind of like accepted that that's the way things are. I'm kind of feeling like that with this card. And I think that something's going to happen this spring that's going to shake you out of that. Like, it's going to cut you free from this. It feels like a new beginning. We have happiness, and we have true love. Interesting. Okay, so I think for you guys, number two, this reading is all about relationships, romantic relationships and friendships. So perhaps this Hanged Man situation is just, you know, like loneliness, or being dissatisfied with your current relationships, or your relationship status. Like maybe you've just been single for a really, really long time. Maybe you just can't seem to find friends who click with you, and it's just like, it's so exhausting to like go out and try to meet people, and like you just people don't seem to get you, or like you meet someone and then you hang out once and then nothing really happens from there. I feel like this is about your efforts to try to build like happy relationships, again, whether that be friendship or romantic, like dating is so tiring and it never works anyway. That's kind of what I feel like the Hanged Man is representing here. But we have happiness and we have true love. So this spring, I think a lot of you are going to be finding someone that you really, really click with and that you actually end up falling in love with. Or you could be finding a group of friends that you really, really get along with and that make you feel understood and just make you really, really happy. So this is going to be over soon. You won't have to like struggle anymore, because the thing with these true love relationships is that they're supposed to be effortless, and the fact that like you've had to, you know, try so hard to like meet people or like try to make yourself fit with these people, it probably hasn't really felt right. And so I feel like your soul group, like someone in your soul family, or even like your romantic soul mate is gonna come in and really change that dynamic for you. They're gonna cut you free from this branch or whatever that is, and you're gonna be developing a really, really happy relationship this spring. Yay! Okay, we have the Fool, so new beginning, 10 of Cups, and the World. Okay, so this is romantic for a lot of you guys with this 10 of Cups, because this is like your happily ever after. It's like marriage and family. Not that you have to be looking for that or be like in any place in your life for that. If you are searching for your forever person, this is the sign that you're going to find them. But again, it doesn't have to be like if you're, you know, younger or you're just not thinking about that. This could just represent somebody who makes you very, very happy in a relationship. They check all the boxes. They make you feel so cared for and so emotionally fulfilled. And I really like that this Fool card is there, because I feel like, you know, maybe you guys have had a history like bad relationships or relationships that don't really get off the ground, and perhaps you've kind of felt like that baggage was holding you back, and it's all just going to be like whoosh, like swept out, like spring cleaning, and the sun is going to shine again, and the troubles of your past are not going to be brought into this relationship at all, and it's just going to feel so revitalizing. Okay, that's a weird word, but we'll go with it. And we have the World too. So if you guys already have feelings for someone, they have feelings for you too. They reciprocate your feelings, and they've probably liked you for a while. And if you've been too shy to talk to this person, you probably should. But if you don't have a specific person in mind, I do see a new relationship for you guys. It's going to be someone who gives you brand new experiences and really broadens your horizons. Like, they'll share with you perspectives that maybe you've never thought of before, or taken you places you've never been before. It's going to be, like I said, new and exciting, and also a lot of like first time stuff. Like, yeah, like you're experiencing the joy of life all over again. And they might be from another like background or from another country with this World card as well. Yeah, I see like a new romantic relationship for you guys. Or that you're meeting the person who you're going to be in that relationship with. And it's going to be super exciting. Like, this energy is very like blah, nothing's happening, boring, I can't do anything. But now you have the Fool and the World. It's like whoosh, it's completely changed. It's like a 180. And you guys are gonna feel like, I just felt like this person, you're gonna be like, what did I do? What did I do to deserve them? Like, what? I feel like you may kind of be in disbelief that this person actually likes you. Whether you know who it is already or not, it's gonna be really strange, because maybe you've like, you know, fantasized about it, but it was just a fantasy. But it's not just a fantasy. Oh, it's so cute. But it's true love. Another thing with this person is like, they have really, really like good intentions for you. I don't know why I need to say that, but I guess maybe with this Fool card, they can come across as kind of like happy-go-lucky or like careless or that type of person, like too optimistic, and you might be a little bit like, but that's, they do have a serious side. They are serious about you. They have good intentions for you. So don't let their like playful exterior fool you that they're just looking for something casual or that like they're a player or something like that. Okay? That's what I wanted to say. Yes. Okay. Okay, so now we have Mending, the Cross, and Time for a Nap. So yeah, you guys are healing. You're healing from this past. I feel like you guys have tried really hard, you know, I feel like you guys just want to make someone happy, you know? Like whether it was your friends or like a romantic interest, a significant other, I feel like you guys give a lot of yourself, but you guys are very unique people, and so sometimes it just doesn't click, you know? I feel like you guys are, I don't know why I'm getting this, but like you have a very interesting worldview, you're very smart, and most people don't really get it, and that can make you feel lonely. But you want that connection so bad, you know? So I feel like you guys do have wounds from like trying to make relationships work, and perhaps you've even like forced a romantic relationship for too long, like you've tried to stay in it just because you thought that that was the right thing to do, or you wanted to prove to yourself that like you can make a relationship last, like it was some unconscious thing like that. But I do think that you've been hurt, and this spring it's gonna feel like, you know, those wounds have been sewn back up and you're healing. And because this Cross card, it is about suffering, but it's also about faith. So if you've lost your faith from the suffering that you've gone through, whatever this is, this relationship, this person, this friend, is going to restore your faith. And then you're gonna feel like you can finally relax with his Time for a Nap. Like, look how sweet little Bobby. Look at him. He looks so cozy and so relaxed. And it's just not a care in the world, and the moon is cradling him. He's protected. It's like his heart can rest now. His heart is at peace. You're gonna feel so much peace of mind. You're gonna feel like so at home, and it's really, really sweet. Like your heart is just gonna be so full. So really, really fulfilling relationship for you guys. I know that I've been talking about it mostly like romantic, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It can be friends or even a group of friends that you're just finally really identifying with. So that's really lovely. Yay! Okay, so that was your reading number 2. I'm going to end the reading here. If you're interested in a personal reading, unfortunately March is fully booked, but if you're watching this more towards the end of March, I will post my availability for April then, so please check it out if you're interested. There's a link in the description. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye! Hi number 3s, so if you chose the blue calcite, this is going to be your reading. For you guys, I feel like you guys are ready for something new. You guys are ready for a change. Number 2 was kind of similar in that they wanted, you know, a new start. They wanted a change in their life, but this energy, like you guys feel a little bit more optimistic about it, you know, like in a more inspired kind of way. Like you're eager to see what's next. I feel like a lot of you guys have sort of like outgrown your environment, if that makes sense. Like it's not challenging you in the way that it used to, or like stimulating you in the way that it used to. And it's just, I feel like you guys are ready for a new chapter in your life, or maybe you're in that sort of transitional period going into a new chapter, and I have a really good feeling about it. I feel like it's going to be really good for you guys. Yeah, so let's get into the cards now. Your first card for spring 2020 is the Fool. Oh, and it has little cherry blossoms. I love this deck. I just got it like a few days ago, and it's only the major arcana, but they're all cats, and it's just like it's just the cutest thing ever. And I thought that the cherry blossoms were fitting because like it's a reading for springtime. But with this Fool card, I feel like this spring you're embarking on a new journey. You're starting, oh, I feel like a lot of you guys are starting some kind of project or starting something new, and you're not entirely sure how it's gonna go. For some of you, this could even just be like moving to a new location, and you're not really sure what it's gonna be like. You're not sure how you're gonna adjust to it. With the Fool card, there is an element of like unknown and kind of taking a leap of faith when it comes to the change. I do have a feeling that it's all going to be good. I feel like you guys should keep your optimism up and trust yourself, because it's definitely the start of something new with this card. We have trust and face yourself. So I think this new change for a lot of you involves becoming more independent. So maybe it is that you're like moving out, you're starting a new life on your own. Maybe you are thinking of becoming self-employed, or you're thinking of starting some type of project, but I think it's by yourself. And so perhaps that's why it's a little bit of uncertainty, because like perhaps up until now you've been doing stuff with other people, and now you're like, oh, I wonder if I can do this on my own. Like, do I have what it takes? Am I going to be able to handle the pressure? And all these sorts of questions like that. But we have the trust card, and we have facing yourself, and that's where I got sort of the independent thing from. And putting these cards together, I sort of read this as trusting yourself. This new step that you're taking, it requires a lot of faith in yourself, probably more so than like faith in the circumstances that things will turn out well. I think that this new chapter depends a lot on you, and like you having what it takes, and you being willing to put in the work and things like that. But it looks really, really good. And I love this little cat sitting on her head, because to me it's like your guides are sticking with you, your angels are going to be watching over you. There's nothing to worry about. This little kitty is protected. And whatever new step you're taking, if you're feeling like some uncertainty about it or feeling anxious, you can take these cards as a reassuring message that everything's going to be okay, and you have more than what it takes. Like, you're more than ready for this. Like, absolutely. Whatever it is that you're chasing or that you're after, this is really perfect for you, and you're going to succeed like beyond your expectations. Yeah, the Page of Wands, that's a very good sign. Queen of Cups. And the Magician. Wow, this is really, really positive. With this Queen of Cups, I wonder if you guys are considering like starting to pursue something creative, something that allows you to express yourself more. With the Page of Wands, again, I'm getting like independence. I'm getting like setting out on a journey on your own. But this is a really optimistic card as well. You know, this is a card of good news coming, and this is also a card of like calling your own shots, you know. I think this spring you're gonna be like having more of a say in how your life goes, you know, like taking back some of that power. And yeah, I see like a lot of creative expression here with this Queen of Cups. Maybe that's like pertaining to the project that you guys are thinking of doing. And again, we have this Magician. So I said this for number one, the reading number one as well, but I feel like you guys are in an energy right now where you're able to manifest things very quickly and very precisely. The Magician is Aries energy, and oh wait, the Fool isn't Aries energy. The Magician is Aries energy, and so when we're talking about a springtime prediction, this could be indicating when this is going to sort of start manifesting into your life. So Aries season, it could be the end of March to the end of April, so very, very soon, like right in the beginning of spring. I feel like this is going to manifest for you really quickly, and you're going to feel very motivated and very energized and very willing to like put in the effort. If there's been something that you guys have been wanting to do, like some goal pertaining to your talents or your studies or your project or anything like that, and you've been feeling a little like slow or less motivated these days, you can rest assured that your energy is just gonna like skyrocket in the spring, and you're gonna be manifesting things really quickly. Like you're gonna be on a roll, you're gonna be in the zone. Yeah, in creative mode. This is really, really great. And we have regeneration. We have the ship, and we have message in a bottle. This regeneration, I want to look at like these colors down here. See how it's like embers burning? It almost looks like that. I feel like something is going to be like feeding your fire, you know? And this imagery as well, it looks like the springtime to me, because it's like the plant is blooming again and the sun is shining down on it. So maybe there's something that you guys like you really love to do, but you've kind of been neglecting it. I do feel like for a lot of you this is pertaining to some like creative thing, something that you're good at, even like a hobby, you know, that really like shows your skills and talents, that maybe you've just been kind of neglecting it because, you know, you're busy and life gets in the way, and then you're tired and you don't feel like doing it. Like something that's kind of been on the back burner. Maybe you've had this dream that you wanted to pursue, you know, like self-employment or something creative that could bring in money for you, and you just haven't really gotten the ball rolling, and maybe had been like losing steam. But I feel you guys getting inspired again. I feel you guys eager to really get it started, and like your love for this thing and your motivation to make this thing happen is being regenerated. I don't know like what this event is gonna be. Like maybe you have a conversation with someone and that sparks you up again. Maybe like you have a dream and it revs you up again, but something's gonna happen to light that spark in you again, and to give you the confidence that you can be successful in it, that you can go out there and do it. So yeah, a lot of motivation this spring. And with the ship, this is like, what is it? I'm not very good with this deck yet. This is long-term. It's like long-term investments, you know, setting out for something or some project, some work in the long term. So this is going to be something that, like definitely in the spring you're doing it, but I see it continuing out like throughout the year and maybe even beyond that. So once you start doing this, I feel like it's going to go very well for you. Whatever this is for you, I don't see it taking that much time to take off actually. And then I see it like gaining momentum and like staying up, you know. You're going to stay in that zone. You're going to stay successful, and it's going to propel you forward quite far. This could be like a several year project for some of you. With the message in a bottle card, I feel like this has to do with like something that you're communicating to people. So this combined with creativity, this could be, for example, like you're a writer, or like maybe you're starting a blog, maybe you're writing a book, maybe you're doing something on social media, or you have like a YouTube channel where you're sharing messages with people, or you're some sort of artist that conveys a message, that conveys your worldview. And it's kind of cool, like we have both of these seem like something setting out to sea, you know. So this tells me that your message is going to be heard like on a wide scale. So if you're putting something out there, like on the internet, for example, I feel like there's going to be people all over the world who hear that message, who are watching you, reading you, listening to you, whatever it is. This could even be writing songs, you know, because songs can be a vessel for messages as well. But whatever you're working on, I think it's going to travel very far. It's going to be very long term, and it's going to be heard by a lot of people, and it's going to give you a lot of confidence in yourself, because whatever this is, I feel like you're not really getting help from people. And you're not depending on like the circumstances to make it work. You're just like, okay, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to use my own talents and my own drive and make this happen. You're really embodying this magician power. And so this is going to be really good, like to boost your confidence and just to show yourself what you're really capable of. And yeah, you're going to learn to trust yourself a lot and not be afraid to take those leaps, because you'll see like what sort of, you know, great payoff it gives you. So this could be like a hobby that turns into a career because you're just like, you're so good at it and people respond really well to it. But whatever it may be, it feels like an independent, creative pursuit that your love for it is being woken up, reawoken, is that a word? It's being woken up again this year, and I feel like you're really going to be eager to start like changing your life and going in that direction and seeing where this thing takes you. So that is very, very exciting. You guys are going to have some great opportunity for success this coming spring. So that is your reading number 3. I'm going to end the reading here. If you're interested in a personal reading, I am fully booked for March, but at the end of March, I'll be posting my April availability. So if you're watching then, please check it out if you're interested. There's a link in the description. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hi number 4s, so if you chose this little guy, the Peach Aventurine, this is going to be a reading. So for you guys number 4s, my message for you is just to keep going. I feel like a lot of you guys have been working on yourselves and focused on those things like positive thinking, setting intentions, self-love, manifestation, all of those sort of improvement type things, and perhaps at the moment, you know, it's something that you're making a conscious effort to do, but I feel like in this coming spring, because you've been working on it like that, it's going to become something that's second nature. Like it comes effortlessly to you. You don't have to like tell yourself to think positive, or you don't have to tell yourself to love yourself, or you don't have to tell yourself to focus on what you're manifesting in the moment. Like it's just gonna be like oh, I already said it. It's gonna be like second nature. It's gonna be effortless for you. So just hang in there, because the more you do it, the more your subconscious mind remembers it. You're just gonna automatically feel that like self-love and positivity. So I think you guys are heading in a very good direction this spring. So your first card for spring 2020 is the Chariot. So you guys, your life is going to start propelling forward this spring. I feel like you're going to be overcoming something that once was difficult. And I feel like for a lot of you, this does have to do with like something emotional. I see like a sort of recovery with this card. Like you're moving forward from something, you're getting over something. Whatever this may be for you, like maybe this is, you know, getting over your fears and your insecurities. Maybe this is getting over a past pain or trauma or something like that. But this card has the sort of energy of like victory, like being triumphant and prevailing and coming out on top. So whatever it is that's like bringing you guys down right now, that's maybe making you sad, making you insecure, making you scared, you're going to defeat it this spring, and you're going to feel so good. You're going to really feel a sense of accomplishment and that you've come very far. I see like your mental health improving, and then in turn, as a result of that, becoming more motivated to work on the things that you love. And so like excelling in that respect as well, like in your career or your talents or your studies or whatever it may be, because you're more like mentally in a place to be putting energy into that. So your whatever progress on the things that you're working on is definitely going to be speeding up for you this spring. Oh yeah, and the Chariot is Cancer energy. It also has the number 7 on it, so we can think of this as like Cancer season or the month of July. So perhaps like this spring for you is when things start to really accelerate, and then you're going to reach like your peak levels of happiness and fulfillment in the summertime. Okay, so we have Tears and we have Full Moon. Okay, so I feel like perhaps you guys have been sad about something like throughout the winter or in the past. You've been hurt by something. Maybe you guys like had a relationship that ended, or you've just been feeling kind of down, like you've been feeling insecure, feeling kind of low. But with the full moon, this is about completion, and this is about letting things go. So I really see you healing from whatever this thing is that's making you sad. And rather than like mending the situation or trying to go back to the old thing, I really see you like moving on from it. So if this is about like a relationship or a breakup or something, I see you like fully recovering from that and getting over it and moving on. Or if this is just about like you, something like feeling bad about yourself, having low confidence, low self-esteem, I see you healing that and then just completely moving forward. Like you're not, I don't see you falling back to your old ways is what I'm trying to say. So like this is it for good. Like you're moving on, you're recovering, you're feeling better. Yeah, with this Cancer energy and like the moon and even the tears, I feel like there's some really like deep healing going on and really improving your self-worth as well. We have Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups. This is about friendships. And so I think this spring you guys are going to be either finding new friends or deepening, improving your relationship with your existing friends. That's really, really going to lift your spirits. You're going to be surrounded by friends that value you, that really lift you up and support you, and that cheer you up, and that are here for you like when you need them, here for you through the tough times. And you may realize this spring that the people that you've been surrounding yourself with really like played a role in your emotional state and how you were viewing yourself. So if you've been really like down on yourself and kind of sad lately, it may be that there was some friend or significant other, I mean it could even be a family member, but like somebody in your life or people in your life who were actually bringing you down. And you may not even have realized that they were having such an impact. But whoever these friends are, I feel like they're really going to provide that contrast for you. Like, oh wow, like I didn't know that I could feel this good from somebody, or that like there were people out there who would really treat me that well. And like it's gonna feel so nice. And I just see you having a lot more fun with these people. And I see you having a really like deep trust in them, like you can tell them anything, and you're gonna feel so good about yourself this spring with this King of Pentacles. To me, this card is about, you know, recognizing the king or queen that you really are, feeling very, very sure of yourself and very secure, because the Pentacles is all about that like stability, security, like feeling that you have everything that you need, and like really, really knowing your worth. And these people are probably going to play a role in that. I feel like these people are going to build you up so much and like make you see how amazing you are. And I know, of course, like that does have to come from within, but it never hurts to have supportive friends around you. So you're just going to feel really fulfilled in the friendship department for sure. And this Knight of Pentacles too, this makes me think of progress. Oh my gosh. Progress. Like you're slowly and steadily making progress, and you can see like from day to day, you can actually like see yourself becoming happier, becoming more energized, feeling better about yourself, feeling more motivated to work hard and to spend time doing things that you love. With all this Pentacles energy, you might also see that you have advancements in your career. like I was kind of saying in the beginning, I feel like this improved emotional state is going to spill over into your career, your school, whatever other projects you may have going, where you see yourself having more energy to focus into them and being more motivated to succeed in them. Maybe you start like, you know, caring about your grades again and your grades go up, or you start putting in that extra mile at work and your boss notices you, but you're gonna feel more motivated because your cup on the inside is full. Now you have cup to pour to other things. Oh my gosh, that was terrible, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Your vessel is full, so you can then output your energy into other places. Okay? Yes, that's what I wanted to say. Okay. Then finally we have Unfinished Symphony, we have the Stars, and we have Time to Go. Okay, so you guys may have been like dwelling on something that was making you sad. Of course we have the Unfinished Symphony here, which feels like unfinished business. And then we have the Stars, which is about an ending. And then we have Time to Go, which is also about an ending. So this thing that's been making you sad, this thing that's been giving you tears, it could be, you know, something that ended and you haven't been willing to let it go. Like it feels unfinished, or it feels like you didn't get closure, or it just feels like you don't want to let it go. You don't want it to be over. But I feel like it's been really bringing you down. So this may actually be a breakup for a lot of you. It doesn't have to be, but that seems to be the most like apparent thing for most of you. If I think about, you know, something ended and you're emotional about it and you can't let go, but it's time to move on, and then you have new people in your life who make you feel better. That's kind of what it seems like to me. It seems like a breakup sort of thing, or some sort of separation like that, and you really didn't want it to be over. Or it could even be like you had feelings for somebody and it never even got off the ground, and that's what's making you sad. But whatever it may be, it's time to move on from it, and it's time to open yourself up to people who do want to be there and do want to value you and do want to show you love and care about you and lift you up and not make you feel like this. This full moon is saying like you've learned everything you can from this situation, and now it's time to move forward because life has other things for you and you have so much to give. This King of Pentacles, he's generous, he's caring, he's nurturing, he has so much to give, and I feel like you've been giving a lot of yourself into this person or situation that isn't giving anything back, and that's what's been bringing you down so much. But when you start to surround yourself with people who build you up and love you and make you feel good like that, I think that's when you'll sort of come to the realization, like, oh shit, you know, I have to let this go. Like, I deserve to be so much happier than I am now. And this star, it is about endings, but it's about new beginnings too. So, you know, sometimes we have to let things end so that something even better can begin, something even better can blossom. And I really like that for you, like what with it being springtime and everything, because it's, you know, it is the season of like rebirth, of, yeah, like a death and rebirth, and ending and beginning. And it's time to go see what life has in store for you, and it's time to go see what you can do. But I really feel you like genuinely moving on. It's kind of like I said with the message in the beginning, now that I'm thinking about it, that at first you have to kind of consciously do it. You have to tell yourself to do it. Tell yourself to think positive. Tell yourself to love yourself. But the more you do it, the less conscious it becomes. So I feel like by the end of the springtime, you know, maybe into July, like we were saying before, into the summertime, it's going to be second nature, and you're really not going to be thinking about whatever made you sad. Like, it's just going to be totally out of your mind. You're totally into your new life, loving yourself, feeling yourself, and it's not forced at all. Like, it's just completely effortless. Like, why wouldn't I see myself as this king? Why wouldn't I love myself? Yeah, so I see self-love for you, I see improved mental health, I see you moving on from something that hurt you, and I also see you either finding comfort in your existing friends or making new friends who really, really love you for who you are and care for you and lift you up. And as a result of this better emotional state, I see you doing a lot better at work, at school, whatever it may be. Okay, so it looks like a very, very productive season for you, and you guys are going to grow and heal so much. Like, I'm really happy for you. These days of crying, these days of sadness are going to be over, because this is like fast momentum. Things are really, really going to improve for you guys, okay? So that's your reading number 4. I'm going to end the reading here. If you're interested in a personal reading, I am fully booked for March, but at the end of the month, I'm going to be posting my April availability. So if you're watching around that time or later and you're interested, please check it out. There's a link in the description for that. And thank you very much for letting me read for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye! Hi number 5s, so if you chose the smoky quartz, this is going to be your reading. So I have a message for you guys. I don't know who or how many of you need to hear this, but your guides and angels have been trying to talk to you or tell you something, and you're either ignoring it or dismissing it, or you're not realizing that that's what they're doing. It's like they're like dropping signs or dropping messages here and there, trying to get your attention, and you're either just like walking right past it or going like, oh, that's in my head, that's not a sign. But so if you've been doing that recently, it is a sign. They are trying to talk to you. There's something that you guys need to hear. I don't know, that just came into my head just now. Anyway, spring 2020. Let's look at the first card for you guys. We have strength. Interesting. So this coming spring, I feel like you guys are going to be dealing with some very intense emotions. Of course, usually this card is a lion on it. It's like the lady taming the lion. Because we have a dragon here in place of the lion, I'm really getting that emphasis that these are very big, very intense emotions that you're processing in this season. And also because of the dragon, I feel like it may be something that's, you know, you feel like it's much bigger than you at times. So this could have to do with like your spiritual journey, your awakening. This could have to do with finding your calling, your purpose in life, your mission. Some of you guys may be on a twin flame journey. I just thought of that because that encompasses all of those things, you know, processing emotions, healing, finding your purpose. And those are all very big things. And I know that whole journey can seem a lot bigger than you, and sometimes you feel like it's beyond your capabilities, but in this coming spring you guys are being called to embark on that journey. And I also see the number 11 here, which is kind of weird because I don't think that strength usually is number 11. I don't know why it is in this deck, but that's kind of interesting too. That number also makes me think of the twin flame journey, but in any case, I think that this big thing that you're facing has to do with your destiny. So this is going to be a spiritual thing for most of you, you know, spiritual awakening, and finding your purpose in life, being called to go in your mission. Maybe that's what your guides have been trying to tell you that you haven't been seeing. We have a time of learning, and the red thread of fate. So we have destiny again, and it makes a lot of sense as well that we have a time of learning, especially if you are dealing with an awakening or a twin journey or something like that. I keep going back to the twin thing for a lot of you. We have like the number 11, we have this red thread of fate, which is said to link two people together. And of course, when you're on a path like that, there is so much to learn that sometimes it can be very overwhelming. So maybe in this spring, you're going to be seeing that process accelerating. Like so many lessons appearing, so many things to work on and heal. I almost feel like you may feel like you're being bombarded at times, you know, with like the painful memories of the past that you need to process, or this insecurity that you need to work through, or this lesson that you need to learn. It may feel like a lot, but you do have what it takes, you know. If this little kitty can tame the dragon, then you guys can do it. But it's definitely going to be a period of learning this season, and with this red thread, maybe you're gonna notice that you're tied to someone like this if you haven't already, or the other side, the person on the other side is gonna notice that that thread is there, that you have known for a while. But that's gonna be sort of a prominent thing that you're dealing with in the springtime, is your link to this person and the fate that brings you guys together. Interesting. So now for your tarot cards. Yeah, of course. Four of Wands. Nine of Swords and the Two of Wands. I say of course because the Four of Wands is a twin flame card. You can see it has the 1111 on it, so we have 3 11s now. This also looks like an 11, so there's a ton of that. And this is also about, you know, like relationships, marriages, and unions, and things of that nature. So yes, I am definitely getting a twin flame vibe for those of you who chose number 5. Now, these two cards are quite different. This is like hoping for the best, and this is expecting the worst, kind of. So you may be going through dealing with some anxieties, some fears, and some worries regarding the connection in this coming spring. You may be having some dreams like this person, you know, having a hard time sleeping because you're having very vivid dreams, or you guys may have your psychic senses heightened as well. I don't know how I got that from this card. Maybe because we were talking about dreams. Yeah, your psychic senses are going to be heightened. So perhaps you're hearing a lot of things, or telepathically you're getting a lot of information. There's a lot of stuff going on in your head. There's a lot going on. And that may be preventing you guys from sleeping, or it's just like consuming your thoughts a lot. But I see you guys dealing with some anxiety surrounding this. And the message of this card is to try not to overthink it too much. You know, if you're on this journey and the thread is there, like it is connecting you, it is going to bring you together. And I know like we can start obsessing about it and overthinking, like, what do I need to do? And what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm lacking in this area? What if I'm standing in the way of it? And da-da-da. We start to worry all these things. And so this card is letting you know to just relax. Don't overthink it too much. Take one day at a time. And we tame this dragon with calmness. It's the same sort of message when it's a lion as well, but look how gentle the kitty's being. He's just boop. He's just booping the dragon. He doesn't have to like charge at it or attack it or anything like that. And so when these fears start to come up for you, don't try to fight them or knock them down or beat yourself up. Like, be calm, be compassionate with yourself, be gentle with yourself, take it easy, take it one day at a time, and have faith in the connection, have faith in the thread, have faith in what the link is trying to teach you. And, you know, you don't have to process all these things at once, you know? You can take all the time you need to process these things. So I do see the energy shifting from one of anxiety and fear to one of hope, you know, being hopeful for the future, and also feeling much better about yourself, whatever stage you're at in this journey, like feeling okay with yourself, feeling okay on your own, and being hopeful for what's to come. I think that most of you right now would be either like you haven't met them, but you like feel them and you're starting to dream about them and things like that, and it's unsettling. Or you've met them but you're not like together. But whatever the case may be, I see you coming to peace with where you currently are. Like stop being too obsessed about it and overthink and worry about it, being at peace and just being open to whatever happens. And I think that's like the biggest thing for you guys to learn in this journey. And, you know, for all of us to learn, honestly, no matter where we are in life, to just be okay with it and be open to where it leads us. So as big and scary and overwhelming as it may seem, you're going to be able to calm down that beast. You're going to find your peace of mind. You're going to be okay with the way things are and open to the lessons that it's teaching you. But there's going to be a lot of them this spring. So perhaps your relationship with this person is evolving or advancing in some way, and that brings with it like a new host of all these lessons and things to process. But yeah, I feel like mentally it's definitely not going to be a relaxing season for you. There's going to be a lot of inner work to be done, a lot of fears to face, a lot of insecurities to face. But that's what the twins do. They activate you and they trigger push all your buttons, and oh, isn't it fun? Okay. We have a change in the wind. We have the mice. I'm not very good with this deck yet, but mice and the tribe. Okay, so with this change in the wind first, you guys may be going through some changes this spring, like a change in environment, a change in job, a change in house. Something, I feel it as being more like a concrete physical change rather than like a change of mindset or a change of heart or something like that. There's going to be a significant change in your life. Like, I used to be here and now I'm over here. Or like, I used to be doing this and now I'm doing this. Or it could even be like a change in your relationship status or dynamic of your relationship. And I feel like at first you may be resistant to it. Like it's not something that feels comfortable. But what's going on is that the universe is at work. The universe is working for you. This card is about productivity. And so I almost am reading this as kind of like a tower moment. For those of you who don't know, the tower moment is when everything in your life seems to be shaking and falling apart and you don't know what's to come, and it's scary and uncomfortable. It's like a fear of the unknown kind of thing. And so what's happening, I think, is that that makes sense why this is so overwhelming. I feel like the universe is trying to accelerate this union, and they're trying to do what is the most productive and what is the most efficient. So if that means making some sudden jarring changes, then that's what they're going to do. They're like, this has taken long enough, boop, and they start like removing things and shifting things around in your life. And that will be a little bit, you know, it may make you a little anxious, it may be a little bit uncomfortable, you may resist the change, but this is the work that they're putting in because they're trying to make stuff happen. And I love that we have the tribe here too, because this is like your home, this is where you belong, this is your soul family. So I do think that these shifts, though they may be uncomfortable, they are ultimately leading you to your union. And the more you can stay in this energy during those changes and less in this energy, it's going to go a lot smoother, because you won't be so resistant to the change, and you'll also have that awareness that all changes being made in your life are for the better. And while it may be uncomfortable in the moment, it's ultimately for your highest good. It's ultimately to get you to where you need to go. And those things that are leaving your life, they're not meant to be there anymore. This is all about your learning. So if something's leaving your life, it means that you learned the lesson, you learned what you needed to learn from that situation, person, place, whatever it is, and now it's time to go, and we're replacing it with something better. And this is your fate, your destiny. Look at all these 11s. Yeah. So you guys are on some accelerated, you're on an accelerated level now. Things are going to be changing very quickly for you because the universe is trying to get you in alignment with your purpose. So, you know, this is about twin flames, yes, but it's also about your mission, your calling. You're doing the work that you're supposed to be doing, using the gifts that you were given to make the world better. So you may need to be put into another job or into another place to initiate that in you, to get you starting on the work that you're supposed to be doing. But you're definitely being called to face your purpose now, to answer that call. So I do think it's going to be a deeply transformative season for you. It is going to be asking quite a bit of you, so I hope that you guys are up to the challenge, and remember to tame this big beast. You just need a little calm. Boop. You just need to be gentle and compassionate and kind, especially kind to yourself during this transition period, and everything's gonna work out perfect for you guys. Okay, so that's your reading number 5. I'm gonna end the reading here. If you're interested in a personal reading, I am fully booked for the month of March, but at the end of this month, I'll be posting my availability for April. So if you're watching then or later and you're interested, please check it out. There's a link in the description. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye! Hi number 6s, so if you chose the carnelian, this is going to be your reading. So I've been doing like little intuitive messages at the beginning of the readings before I look at the cards. And for you guys, I feel a lot of love for you. Like from your guides, your angels, they're just sending you love and letting you know that they're proud of you, and also that you're a very good person. A lot of you guys may be kind of hard on yourselves in that respect, like recognizing yourself and your goodness. Like, to put it more specifically, you know, people, we all do shitty things all the time, right? Like, we're petty, we're jealous, or we like, you know, we don't like someone and we're like, oh, I hope something bad happens to them. Like, just little dumb things like that like every human deals with those emotions, right? Or like, you know, sometimes we're lazy, or, you know, sometimes we make mistakes, and it's just part of being a person. But I feel like you guys like hold yourself to too high of a standard, where like you don't allow yourselves to do those dumb little human things, and you feel like that makes you a bad person. Like if you felt jealous of someone, for example, or you, I don't know, you failed in something. Like, I think the message for you is just like you're a really, really good person. Like, you don't give yourself enough credit. Yeah, that's all. just that. Anyway, so let's get into the reading for spring 2020. So your first card is the Star. That's a really, really good sign. So there is a big dream coming true for you guys this spring. So the Star, yeah, it is about dreams coming true. It's about hope for the future. The thing with the Star is that it seems like this far off fantasy in the distance. You know, like how a star is like, it's bright and shiny, but it's super far away. So as it pertains to your dream, it's usually this thing that you think like, oh, like it could come true one day in the far future, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. Or it's a dream that seems, I guess, almost unrealistic or too good to be true. But for you guys this spring, you're gonna actually start seeing, I think you're gonna start seeing signs of it coming to fruition in your life. Like maybe, oh, like these little sprouties on the ground. You're gonna see it start to sprout up. It's almost like, you're like, I really want to grow this flower, but it's probably not gonna happen, but I'll just, you know, plant the seed anyway. And then like a bunch of time goes by and nothing happens, and then one day you go outside and there's a little sprouty, and you're like, what? I feel like for you guys, this is a dream that you never, like, you always fantasized about it, but you never really thought that it would come true. And it's gonna be so, ooh, you're gonna feel so happy when this starts to come to fruition. I'm really excited for you guys. So we have, this is like, oh, it's hard to say this in English, like listen to what someone is saying, listen to someone talking, and passing over a mountain. Ooh, so with this passing over a mountain card, I'm feeling like whatever this dream is for you guys, maybe the reason that it seemed too good to be true is because in the physical, there's just like a lot of obstacles in the way. It's something that would take a lot of effort. For a lot of you, I feel like this is something like professional, like having to do with some, like your vocation, like you want to be this thing, like I want to be a da-da-da, but that's really hard, or, you know, achieving some goal that's very difficult. And so you not like gave up on it, but just thought that maybe it's going to take a long time, it might never happen, and I have to be okay with that because it is a really big dream. But what I see with this card is that you are going to be meeting somebody who has either done this thing that you felt was impossible, or who has some kind of guidance or advice to give you. They're gonna share some gift with you in the form of words, speaking, impart some kind of wisdom on you, to you. I don't know how to say that. That makes this dream possible for you. Their advice or whatever they say to you is gonna be an ingredient. There's a word that I'm trying to think of, but integral maybe in getting this dream to come true. So almost, oh, you know what's actually really cool that I just noticed? This, you're listening to this guy talk, right? And then, isn't that the same dude over here who's like flying and leading you over the mountain? It's like this person is gonna show you the way. They're gonna be like that North Star, that thing that shows you the way. And they're gonna say, oh honey, oh you thought we had to walk over the mountain. No, we're gonna fly over. It's so much easier than you think. Yeah, this person is gonna make it seem a lot easier and a lot more possible for you. We have the 10 of Wands, we have Justice, and we have the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is the thing with the 10 of Wands. This may be something that you've tried to do in the past and weren't successful, or it's just like, you know, you put in so much effort only to get such little progress. And I think with this 10 of Wands, the reason for that is that you've been trying to do everything on your own. Some of you guys may have like tried to start a business or something like that, try to create like a platform for yourself. I feel like there's some sort of project or some sort of, yeah, like career. I don't know if vocation is the right word, but anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, that you tried to get off the ground and it's just been really difficult for you. And I think that's because either nobody was helping you or you didn't have the right help. Like you didn't have help from people who were actually like as invested as you were and actually cared about it as much as you. Because this is the thing with the star too. This is like, has like visionary type of energy, like it's Aquarius energy. So whatever this thing was, I think that, you know, you guys are probably very forward thinkers and very progressive. So maybe this dream that you wanted to do, this idea that you had was like a little bit unconventional, or yeah, like sort of a unique thing. Maybe not a lot of people have done it yet. Like it's kind of a niche sort of thing. That's what I'm picking up on with the Aquarius energy. And so it was either like hard to find people to help, or they just weren't offering the right kind of help, or maybe you never even asked for help. Maybe you were just naive and like you thought you could do it all on your own. But this person is going to come in and let you know the business. Also, these cards are actually quite similar to me. The Justice and the 6 of Pentacles. Like obviously they both have this scale on it, so they're both about fairness and balance. So when we think about it with this and like this person coming in and helping you, it's like now maybe they're actually gonna like physically help you with the project, not just give you advice, but they're gonna offer like valuable guidance for you. And now it's sort of like the efforts or the tasks are being equally divided, you know? And it's more fair. You don't have to put in everything to make this work. And with the Justice card too, this is, I feel like you guys really deserve this, you know? Like we were talking in the beginning about how you're such a great person, and I do think this is a really good idea. Also with the Aquarius, I think whatever you are doing is something that's going to benefit people on a larger scale, because Aquarius is also like humanitarian and revolutionary, and things like that. And with this Justice, this always gives me a feeling of like the person getting what they deserve. I think that you really deserve this. You're going to be rewarded for your efforts. Even if you haven't in the past, you're entering into a season, this spring 2020, where you are going to feel like your input equals your output. Like there's the balance there as well. And it's going to be really, really fulfilling. And like I said, seem too good to be true. I don't think you've given up on this. I just think that maybe you were a little bit like doubtful, or I'm not really sure. But and in any case, it does seem too good to be true for you guys. Okay, so we have building blocks, we have the key, and fork in the road. Okay, this building blocks is a really good sign because this shows progress being made. This card makes me think of not only like progress in your career or whatever it is that you're working on, but in yourself as a person, because you can see like the blocks floating around her. So to me, this is like building up your confidence. This is working on your skills, becoming more skilled, and really like solidifying your identity and being proud of who you are. And when there's another person involved in a reading like this one, and this card comes out, to me it says that you guys really build each other up, and you can point out each other's like strengths and weaknesses in a caring and productive way. So this may be like a business partner sort of thing. You may actually develop like a friendship with this person. You likely will. But this partnership is really like the key to your success. And I'm actually feeling it may be more than one person too. Like it may be like one person at first that comes along, but then as you guys start like speaking your truth and living in your passion, more people start to notice, and you start to like join forces and work together, like a business expanding, like a community growing. Because we can see like more than one person crossing over this mountain too. But I think things are really going to take off for you. I don't think it's going to be this like super fast, like nothing to everything suddenly blowing up kind of thing. But slowly but surely, as you start to put in more work, you're going to see the equal output come out. And it's going to be a steady progress. Probably not, like I don't see, you know, sometimes it's like volatile at the start, like there's ups and downs. I do see it being like a steady up. So not like whoosh, and not like but just a steady incline, you know? And with this fork in the road, this is kind of interesting because this does indicate a choice to be made. And so I don't think this is like a stressful choice or anything like that though. What I see is that now that you have the extra help, the extra reinforcement, and the extra confidence, you've started seeing results in your work, you're gonna realize that you have more options than you initially thought you did. Like, you know, maybe you always thought you really wanted to do this one thing and you were putting all your energy into this thing, but as you start walking down that path, you're like, oh, this path actually branches out a couple ways, and I can also do this, and I would also be good at that. And rather than being like a stressful thing, I feel like it's going to be really like liberating that there's so many things that you could be good at and so many things that you could be successful at, so many things that you have like the necessary support to do. Like it's like you're unlocking you're like unlocking yourself and realizing all these different things that you're good at, all these different things that you're passionate about as you go along. So this is really exciting. I think that this spring you are going to be planting some very, oh, I switched these around by accident. Some very important seeds for your future. And it's going to grow like a tree where it branches out into many different ways. And you're really going to have so many possibilities. And like I said, I think you're going to be doing work that does affect or like improve the lives of many people, and that is also more like progressive or unconventional and is maybe not something that a lot of people have done before. But with the helping hands of this person or people, you are bound for success, and you are going to fly over this mountain instead of like struggling to crawl up on your own like maybe you have in the past, okay? So help is on the way. You are going to be successful. This dream, this distant dream is going to come true for you. So that's really great. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this one. So that's your reading number 6. I'm going to end the reading there. If you're interested in a personal reading, I am fully booked for March, but at the end of this month, I'm going to be posting my April availability. So if you're watching around then and you're interested, please check it out. There is a link in the description. And thank you very much for letting me read for you today. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!